I don't know if anyone knows, but Xbox has already said that they will be closing the Xbox 360 store. All right, week 4, Gaming with Passion. Now, let's start off by saying I hope you guys enjoy my most recent video, which should be posted the day before this. This is something that I'd been hinting at for the last few weeks about reviewing different Kinect games. Let me know what you think about the format. I think it's going to evolve with time, but I just have so many different Kinect games to review, and they will be probably all fairly short, which, just to keep that in mind. But yeah, I even just want to add to the Kinect collection. I want to just broaden the understanding and the knowledge about Kinect, how cheap it is, how the games are like decently fun for the value. So Xbox 360, now's the time to pick this stuff up. We'll be probably doing some normal Xbox 360 game reviews also coming up in the near future. So let's jump off today by saying, what's been up with me since the last video. Been working and doing different things, getting ready for a work business trip that I will be going to California. Unfortunately, there was something really interesting. I don't know if anyone watches Pixel Game Squad in my fan base, but they have this really great flea market that they go to. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be there the right day to attend, but I'll be in the right area. So I'm super disappointed about that because I think that would be a really cool thing. And also, when I was in North Carolina, I just found this out, guys. There's like one video game Goodwill, like a Goodwill that just sells video games. Phoenix Resell just posted about it. And it was in Charlotte, North Carolina, which I was just there. And I spent a lot of time there. So super disappointed. Sometimes it's like, I don't know about game stores in different areas. I need to do more research before I go to other places, or else I'm going to kind of like totally miss out on those things. So a little bit bummed about that, but c'est la vie. I am making decent progress on selling video games. I know some people know I posted a while ago about really offloading some of the stuff I don't care about. Sold Sonic 1 through 3 on Sega Genesis. Sold some higher end games as well. Anything that's kind of pretty valuable that I don't plan on ever playing, really, I'm going to sell. So some limited rare games. Just like, I have a ton of PS4 games that are sealed that I bought for like $5 either from Square Enix directly or Amazon over the years. So kind of offloading some of those. So that's been interesting. Video games do sell really well. Sold that Mario Kart that we picked up at the bins too for $30, so that was really nice. So what have I been playing recently? I've been playing a bunch of 360. I played a bit more of that Madagascar kart racer. That was pretty fun. We booted up Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which played the first game. The first game is definitely outdated. The second game I think is a little bit better. Still definitely dated, but as far as like the story goes and the visuals, that game came out in a specific time in Marvel where there was a lot of really interesting things going on with the characters and backstories and all that. So having fun with that so far. I'm also playing Spider-Man Friend or Foe, which is like a very bare bones version of that kind of style of game mixed with like God of War kind of gameplay elements. And I've also decided to pick up a few more games that have Xbox Live Arcade games because I don't know if anyone knows, but Xbox has already said that they will be closing the Xbox 360 store, which a lot of the Xbox Live Arcade games I think are on Xbox One. They're available on the shop, but some are not. So definitely be on the lookout for games that are compilations of Xbox Live Arcade games, as well as any Xbox 360 exclusive games. If you don't follow Pete Dorr, type in Pete Dorr, Dorr. He has a whole video about, kind of what he predicts may happen with Xbox 360. I'm not saying that that would happen, but just keep that in mind if you like to collect for the system. Okay, so that's what I've been up to, been having fun. I think I'm going to start attempting to play Sonic Freeriders soon, which I've already booted up before. It's extremely difficult, but I want to give it a shot and try really hard to see if I can make any progress in that game. So that should be fun. And that brings us to this week's game that I'm really passionate about. We got Skate 3. This is actually, I actually really like these. I think this would be a cool thing to collect as well. Not for me personally, but for somebody else. These like Xbox One versions of backwards compatible 360 games. I feel like they're going to be, maybe sought after in the future. It's kind of cool to line them up with the Xbox One collection as well. So this game, I didn't play it until would have been probably like 2018 or something like that. So I don't remember when this game originally came out, but it was much before that, maybe like 2008 or something, 2009. I don't know. But people used to always praise the Skate series. I played, I think, Skate 1 a pretty good amount. I remember how hard it was, and I got really frustrated at it, but I think I progressed decently far into the game. Skipped over Skate 2. People wouldn't stop talking about Skate 3, so once I saw this at Walmart many years ago for 20 bucks, decided to pick it up. And boy, I'm glad I picked it up. I don't know, something about Skate 3, it's the perfect combination of arcade, but also realism, and there's just so many different things to do. The like quests slash challenges are all attainable. Like some of them are kind of difficult, but you can definitely do it. You can spend a lot of time. It feels like real skateboarding where sometimes you have to practice over and over and over again and retry a million times in order to finally get the trick, which is what I love in this type of game because it feels like I'm actually a skateboarder, which I wish I could be. I'm really bad and have problems with my feet. So anyway, Skate 3, tons of good memories. They brought the servers back online, I think, a few years ago. They were like offline, then online, then offline, then online again, I think. So I would still recommend if you've never played this game and you're any kind of fan of skateboarding, you definitely need to check out Skate 3. There will eventually be a video about skateboard related games as well. I've been planning that one for a while, just need to pull the trigger on it. But yeah, Skate 3, super fun. One of my top games probably of all time, which is kind of crazy to say, but it may be like the best skateboarding game that exists right now. I know that there's news of a new skate game coming in the next, I don't know, whatever they said, year to 2 years or something like that. But yeah, that's our game we're passionate about. Let me know in the comments if you have any memories about Skate 3. All right, guys, so what else? What else are we looking forward to this week? There was some big Nintendo news, I think, today, but actually we didn't really talk about it previously either. The Mario RPG kind of like remake thing, a lot of people are really hyped about it. I think for me personally, I'm not really planning on replaying it. I've only played it within the last few years on the Super Nintendo Classic. Really enjoyed that game a lot. But I don't know, to me there is something charming about the original graphical style. I know it's not that easily attainable unless you want to emulate it, but certainly you can get your hands on this game. I'm happy for the people that want to experience on the Switch, and I'm sure it'll sell really, really well. I think just for me, I probably won't be picking it up and playing it again. That being said, I think today, at the date of recording this, they're re-releasing or remastering like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, I think it is. Or I can't remember which Paper Mario game, but that, for example, is something I might pick up and play because I don't own the original version. I've never played through that game 100%, so that would be cool. I'm a big fan of Nintendo actually going back and remastering or re-releasing some of these older games. Hopefully, they can do something like that with Earthbound, for example, or I don't know, who knows? But anyway, that's kind of cool, and I'm happy for the people that are going to experience those games for the first time and also experience them again. I think that's going to be a fun time for them. I think in the next upcoming week, especially with me traveling, I'm going to try to play Switch. I don't know what it is in my brain. There's something about the Switch that's just like really hard for me to get into. I don't know if it's like a handheld thing versus console. Like I could hook it up to my TV. It's a little bit more difficult to do. I really want to play more Metroid Dread so I can kind of give that a proper review also. And even like the new Pokemon Snap I've had for a long time, and I've always wanted to go through that. And I think that'll really bring back the magic of the old Pokemon Snap and have me feeling really, really nostalgic, which I think is a good thing. I guess another thing for people who are checking this out, I picked up the Analog Pocket, which I don't know if people know what that is, but it's kind of like a Game Boy, but it plays Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, original Game Boy games. It's got like a nice LED backlight. It's got the capability to make chiptune music. It just is an amazing handheld. I think it costs $250 retail. Pick that up. I really need to play that a bit more as well. I started a playthrough of Golden Sun. If any of you have any video ideas, put it in the comments. I would really like to get some HD footage, because the cool thing about it too is if you buy the dock, which I have, it outputs to HDMI, so you can get HD footage of all these games, which, I'm not sure how much on YouTube really exists, so I think that would be cool. I'm honestly maybe even considering like some kind of like Let's Play channel that's an offshoot of this channel. I mean, let me know if that sounds interesting, because there are a few GBA games that I would like to play through, just kind of capture my thoughts. I think everything will be like super raw and not edited or anything, and just be another channel. One other thing I was thinking, been going down the rabbit hole recently of thinking about old commercials. There are a lot of people that are buying like old VHS recordings of different things and like splicing out the old like Coke commercials or video game commercials or whatever. And I really think that's something interesting for me, and I may start doing that, and that would probably be an additional channel as well. But just kind of wanted to throw it into the ether and hope that it motivates me to do that in the future. And then going back to the, what was it called? The Analog Pocket. Recently, they've been releasing these adapters so you can play like Game Gear games, and I think there's going to be one that has like Neo Geo Pocket Color, and one that has like TurboGrafx card capabilities. And now this is when we're really talking, because this would allow me to have one handheld and get multiple different consoles and not have to own those as well. I've never played a Game Gear game. Interested in potentially playing some of the Sonic games just to see the differences, and again, being able to capture HD footage I think is really appealing for the channel, and even just for myself to experience it in the best way possible. So also put in the comments if what kind of Game Gear games are worth playing, because that's the one I have access to right now, and I've never played any of the games. I think some of the exclusives are mostly Sonic related games, but I could be wrong, so let me know. And with that, that's going to be the next episode of the Gaming with Passion podcast, guys. Peace out and see you next week.